everybody. I'm Linda.
Sue.
Yarn Bar,
Billings,
Montana.
Happy Tuesday.
Just in case you didn't know that. Just in case you don't live
I think
here.
you're supposed to do that. Actually identify yourself
Well,
every time.
yeah, when we first started, someone said we should probably do that.
Someone was giving us a pro tip.
It's like a radio station numbers. So
yeah. Anyway.
WYARN.
Funny.
So what's happening, Sue?
It's a warm January Tuesday. Boy, it's almost the middle of the month.
It's going to be really blustery. The gal on the weather said it's going to be really windy.
Hold on to your hats.
Yeah, don't have your patio furniture outside still. Yeah.
When?
Like in the next few days, like starting today.
Oh yeah, I think I did see high wind. It can get super windy here.
Yeah. Okay. So you were telling me that you were watching a movie.
We watched a movie last night. We watched a Melissa McCarthy movie called How Can You Forgive Me? Can you ever forgive me?
I cannot.
Can you ever forgive me? Based on a true story about an author in the early 90s. The author's name was Lee something. Anyway, really, really good. I highly recommend it. It's a couple years old. And Melissa McCarthy was nominated for Best Actress.
And it's directed by
Muriel
Heller.
Thank you.
Who
was
also in
The
Queen's
Gambit.
She was the mom.
Yeah, the adoptive mother.
The adopted mom.
And she was my favorite character, I think.
Yeah, she was good.
She was really good.
There was a lot of depth to that girl.
But Muriel
Don't go to Denver.
Muriel is a director. So I mean her first love. So and she's really good. So anyway, that Melissa McCarthy was outstanding. It was I highly recommend it. We all liked it.
So last night you watched that.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And I knitted.
This weekend we had a second Christmas. Mm-hmm. Because we finally got Maddie's package in the mail. Like I don't even know how much later that is. Probably
when did she mail it?
Probably not as early as she should have, but things just because of everything, like tracking it was
Well, it came from Australia,
right.
So
anyway,
came a long way. It's cool that it made it.
I know. There were some fun. I got some little. I'm not wearing them today. I wore them yesterday. Little kangaroo earrings. But the most important thing we got was candy.
A bunch of Halloween candy?
No, this is not Halloween candy. It's all Cadbury, so that's the Australian candy that's really good. And it came in this tin, and it had like a little game spinner on it, and you had to spin the little spinner, and then wherever it landed in, you had to like either stack all your candy, and then if you got it, you could eat it.
It was a candy game?
But I cheated. A candy game. So I don't know if anybody's all into candy.
Christmassy packaging? Or
yes,
was it?
Yes, a pretty round tin that had a lot of candy in it, and there's not very much left. I'm just moving that back over here.
It's probably pretty noisy.
We'll eat that later. We'll eat it later. There's many to eat.
Okay, fun.
Today
but also we're talking about alpaca.
Yeah, you got our little... our widow alpacas. Aren't they so sweet?
Cute. Yeah, those are
Where did you get
cute.
these?
So Carrie, my daughter, when she was in high school, early in high school, she pulled a really thoughtful move and bought me these.
High school.
She was on a trip with my mom, and they were in, I think, an alpaca store in Kansas City. And anyway, she brought these back, and some people have asked if we are selling them.
Yes, can I buy that?
Yeah, so that's our nod to the alpaca day here. Yeah, they do live in the shop, and they're really nice little pets. So anyway,
but we do get a lot of people that come in and they ask for alpaca yarn specifically, and I think some people want like 100% alpaca, and we really don't have 100% alpaca. And the reason that we don't have that is because it can tend to be very weighty and just really kind of stretch out a little bit. So
by itself, it's a really soft fiber. It's a wonderful fiber. One of those, God, I can't think.
Well,
herbivores,
right?
Protein. It's a protein-based fiber, as opposed to like cotton or flax, linen kind of stuff. Okay, that's where I was going with that.
Fancy word.
Yeah. We have a few notes because we thought maybe we'd just give you some pro tips on
a little
alpaca
primer.
Today. So, one of the benefits is that it's lightweight and warmer than wool.
And really strong.
It's stronger. It has no lanolin, so if there's some sensitivity there, that would be
I did read that it is definitely a yarn that a lot of people could do if they, and usually if they're allergic to wool, it's not the wool they're allergic to, it's the lanolin. And since alpaca has no lanolin, it would be a really great choice for people to use when they don't, they can't do wool.
So it's 3 times warmer than wool, technically. It has tiny little air pockets that insulate and hold in body heat in the cold. Wool does this too, but alpaca is actually warmer. That construction, I'm not a fiber.
But then the interesting thing is, it's warmer in the winter, but it's actually cooler because of the same reason in the summertime. So it would be a really good reason to be able to use alpaca.
But the
blends
downside,
in the winter.
Downside to 100% alpaca is that it's heavy.
Even though we just said it's lightweight.
It's heavier than, it's more dense or something. I don't know. It pills a little more easily than wool, so that's why it's nice to blend it with something else. It also has no elasticity, unlike wool, which has lots of wonderful elasticity.
So it's nice to have it blended with these other fibers, so it can maintain that. So, and also when you have knit with it, it just your things actually last really long. They said they would be heirloom projects.
It's a really slippery fiber too. I did a little research this morning and made some notes. It also sheds, so it's there's a lot of like extra fibers and fluff. So to control that, if you use 100% alpaca, you want to knit at a tighter gauge. That's the easiest way to control that shedding. Or do patterns with lots of intricate cables, to just make it be the boss of it, twist it up a little bit.
Okay.
And so that would be a reason to find a blend also to just combat some of that sheddy, fuzzy stuff that happens.
I kind of generally think knitting a tighter gauge will eliminate pilling generally.
So yeah, for sure. So with alpaca though, that 100%, if you have some 100%, and didn't someone come in with like some 100% alpaca that her daughter was spinning?
Yeah, and we just really made a suggestion that she'd probably want to choose accessory items and not necessarily garments because of that. So anyway. And it was beautiful too.
It's beautiful, nice and soft yarn. So we've got some to talk about. We have several blends in the shop.
We do.
Okay, the first one is Balayage, and that's, I think, one of our newest yarns.
A fairly new, here, I'll hold it.
Balayage is coming from Pasquale. So look at those.
I know.
I mean, you can't feel this, but we can. Oh,
yeah.
So nice.
We're going to leave now.
It's a Melanie Berg partnered with Pasquale to design this yarn.
And these have just a super nice heather.
It's really pretty stuff. Sport weight. Someone got some before Christmas and was going to do Katie's Kep, that fun color work
and
pattern.
Then yesterday, I think we just sold it for the 3-color cashmere cowl.
That's gorgeous.
So I think that's a really good project for this.
There are also these beautiful hand dyes specifically to coordinate with this palette.
You pretty much can, all of this, they'll all work together. You won't even have to try to match it.
So it's yummy. It's 680/20. I can't remember for sure.
Yeah, it's definitely more
80% alpaca. It might be our highest percentage of alpaca in the shop. Anyway,
it's
fabulous.
So what do you have? You got a cool little project over there to your left.
Oh yeah, I forgot about this. Thanks. Kathy knit this.
Yes.
This is a Melanie Berg shawl pattern.
I think it's called Nixe, Nixe. So maybe it's Nixe. I don't know how it's pronounced.
Not pretty.
It is gorgeous, and this particular one used 2 skeins of the solid, and then we used one skein or 2 different colors of for the multi.
It's really pretty.
2 different colors, but 1 skein each of them. So, and everyone says it's just an easy pattern to knit. So it's definitely can get up there with your stress-free knitting. But
your Netflix
God,
knitting?
Look at it. It's just
yummy. Melanie Berg has many beautiful shawl patterns out there.
she's kind of known for her shawl knitting.
They're lovely. So that is a great idea.
Yeah, and all of these are on the website.
Want to put them like that?
Sure.
Okay.
Okay.
That's good. Okay.
Oops.
Balayage. I like
go.
saying that word.
Balayage.
Balayage. It took me a while to get it under my tongue. I kind of
knew it mainly because in hair, it means just to paint.
Mm-hmm.
And I just because of Alice.
Right.
Balayage. Yeah.
You got a head start on that one.
Yeah, I did. Well, speaking of some hand dyes, then we also have,
that's another new
right
one.
There.
Yeah.
But these are Suri Loft, and this is from Neighborhood Fiber. And it is classified as fingering, but it is really, I think you can knit it up to a DK. And this is 65% Suri alpaca and 20% merino and 15% silk. So super soft.
It is soft. When we listened to one of the Fiberside chats with Carita Collins, and she said that when she dyes the Suri Loft, she said she feels like she's rolling around with a Muppet because it's so soft.
It does. It is like that. And this is going to be great yarn for just, I think, a lot of accessory items. Any of those contrast colors, these are it. And also, I've seen it as the second color in the yoked sweaters.
Mm-hmm.
So this would be a great, and just add some really nice texture to everything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's really pretty. That would be awesome.
I just love all the colors.
It'd be fun to
favorites.
marl with something else, too.
Oh, yeah, that'd be interesting, like a different texture.
Mm-hmm.
That would be really fun to see how that would work.
Yep.
But some of my favorite colors, this one's called Shepherd Ferry, and this one's Rock Creek Park, which we've all had in their mohairs and their solids, and they're just, they look so different, yet so
they do.
The same.
Banksy's a pretty one.
Yep.
I really like this Cooper Circle.
Do ya?
Yeah.
And this one, Patterson Park, kind of a nice neutral.
Hampton? Okay. We're moving along. That's a good one. We like it. Okay. Alpaca Classic
is a classic.
It's been around for a couple of years. I'm wearing a Carbeth that is knit with 2 strands of Alpaca Classic. This is actually my daughter's sweater that I borrowed. It's awesome. So Alpaca Classic is roughly a 50-50 cotton and alpaca blend. DK weight. By itself, it's yummy.
And it weighs nothing. Like your sweater weighs nothing.
It's very light. You hardly feel like you're wearing anything. But it's warm. Actually, it's maybe a little too warm for today in Montana, surprisingly.
I know. Ashley has a friend that came from Texas. Mississippi. And, of course, it's nice and warm here. I mean, by our standards. And it snowed like the dickens there, right? I mean, for them, by their standards. So she thought it was weird that she would come up here for brown weather.
Here for a dose of sunshine and wind.
This is also a great project with Alpaca Classic. It's called Arabella, and this was designed specifically for Alpaca Classic. And it's just a really fun. We've had quite a few people make this cowl.
Well, this shows how it handles color work really nicely, too.
And Arnie and Carlos love this, too. For in fact, a lot of their books, their newest booklet, they use Alpaca Classic in their color work. So, yeah, it's a great one. It just will stick right to it, but still be really light. Kind of a transitional project, really.
Yep, we like it.
Perennial.
Okay, perennial.
I love perennial, and I just think it's
that looks like a
the
vase
colors
of flowers.
are fun. So the makeup is 60% superwash merino, 25% alpaca, and some nylon. And I've always felt like this is a yarn that Calborn developed, kind of with kids in mind, really, because it's a great when all those ladies ask for a baby yarn. This is the one that I show them because it's really about the same weight that back in the day that they would use to make little baby layettes and that kind of thing. But with the superwash merino and the alpaca and then the nylon, it's like soft, it's sturdy, it's just a really useful yarn, and the colors are so fun. But it is a fingering weight, so you will be able to use this, and it makes a great sock. So
definitely,
there's shawl colors. It's really fun. We've used it.
It's
in
beautiful
so
crocheted
many ways.
also, It's, it's
Yes.
gorgeous. It's soft and it's lightweight.
It shows texture really nice too.
And their color palette is perfect.
Yeah, it's fun.
It's
It's
really
fun.
Yeah. That's from Kelborn. We love it.
Okay.
Okay, am I up? Yes. Ultra Alpaca Chunky from Berroco. That's a nice one. It's about a 50-50 blend. Bulky weight. Really, yeah, it's exactly 50-50 alpaca and wool. Nice color
I
palette.
don't remember the name of this hat. Do
This
you?
is a
It's on there.
Thea
slip
Coleman
stitch.
pattern.
Oh, okay.
We've talked about this quite a bit, I think, over the months here. But we like it, and it's a nice way to play with this yarn if you haven't done it. This yarn is really nice for blankets.
And
We
actually,
sell a lot of it for
I've
blankets.
seen this yarn felt.
Oh, I'm sure it
I
would,
have seen it felt.
Alpaca will felt.
It will felt,
Uh-huh.
and it will felt nice. This is actually could be a decent choice for some slippers.
They'd be warm because
Yeah.
alpacas,
Yeah.
that got that extra warmth
and
quality.
if you look it up on Ravel, you'll see a lot of projects that are felted with this.
Okay.
So,
Okay. Nice one.
yep.
Good.
Well, and then there's
Moordale.
Moordale, which,
Oh, was
You
I
know.
supposed to bring that sweater? I didn't do it.
but now we're in love. We're in love with Moordale. They have new colors this year. And the content, let me just read because I'm good, but I'm not that good.
It's on the sheet if you want.
Oh, okay. Oh, she did it for me. So it's
70?
70-30. So 70 wool, 30 alpaca. But I've seen this in sweaters. Actually, we have a really beautiful shawl on the mannequin right now. The pressed flowers. It's on the mannequin with the prom dress. And that is edged with this. And then the color work is some Madeline Tosh. But it is, so it's a DK weight. But you made a you made a sweater. Yep. Meredith made her soundtrack out of it. So it is a solid, and it'll feel good on your skin.
Yeah, it's a good one. We love it.
And the colors are fun.
DK weight, British wool and
Yep.
alpaca. Okay. Illimani Sabri 2.
I think that's right around the corner here.
Oh, okay, there it is. So that's the worsted weight version of Sabri. We also have his fingering weight. And this is 15% alpaca and organic cotton.
This is the go-to if anybody says they want more of a cotton feel for baby blankets or sweaters, because we've seen these in sweaters too.
So undyed, all natural.
Yeah, there's
oh
no
my gosh.
like colors like this. It's all like whatever that color was, cotton with a little bit of alpaca, whatever that color he was.
Yep. So
And look at the detail. I mean, it's crisp.
It's very
This
nice.
is a chainette, so that is going to have that. And then the fingering weight is it's a regular
strand.
plied, but it's a. No, I think it's plied.
It's
But
yeah,
yes, but
it's fine.
it's really nice for. I just always recommend it to people that if they're in another kind of weather, their weather is a lot warmer than ours generally, or for summer sweaters. So yeah.
Yeah, it's a good one. We sell it regularly, and we love it.
Yeah, people just
We actually need to order some more.
We probably do.
And also Becky, I know Becky used Sabri too. I think she did 2 of the 5410 studio blanket patterns.
Oh yeah.
She did
For
one for Britt for the
Huxley.
new baby, and then she did one for herself. I don't know if she
And
did
then
more.
Sarah
did a
has knit
couple.
2 of them, so it's a go-to for baby blankets.
And it'll be washable.
And you only need 4 skeins usually for the size that most people make.
Yeah, it's good.
This one is called Petite Pin, and that is an Espace pattern. But I think from what I gather, hearing from people, it's a pretty easy lace pattern. It's not hard because we've had a lot of people do it that aren't like super experienced knitters. So
It's a good one.
Good pattern. And then
Karina.
that's next to you. It's over here.
Oh, there's the
There it is.
Karina.
We've talked about this before, but I don't think everybody realizes that this
This
really
is a Linda
is
pattern.
is alpaca.
Oh, sorry.
So yeah, this is a Linda pattern. It's really difficult.
It's super hard, you guys. Wait for it.
Super complicated.
Size 9 needle.
Yeah, it's a tube.
Cast
But
on.
we will give you that pattern when
You have to ask.
Yeah, you have to ask. But this yarn is 63 alpaca and then a little polyester, polyamide, whatever. But it is nice.
It's very nice.
And it feels nice on your skin. I think the colors are really fun. I've blended a few. This is actually, she didn't grab this one, but this is this one and then a darker one. So there's always a fun way to put these colors together. Sarah Bach made
Carbeth. Was it Carbeth?
No, I think it was her cocoa knit sweater. Emma.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Out of this.
It was pretty.
Yeah, it was so fun.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Sarah loves bright colors. She loves color.
The gradient is nice. It's a good one. It would be pretty in color, in a color worked yoked sweater too.
Definitely. So it's more of an Aran weight for sure. And just 2 skeins for something like this. So not a big investment in money and time. So yeah, it's awesome. I love it.
It's awesome. Okay, we've got also a local option coming from the Generation Gap ladies, a trio of
is it a
three
trio?
nurses. Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
So this one is 65% alpaca, and this is, like down the road alpaca. And 25% of their wool and 10% silk. The silk might come from the mill that they're blending.
And I'm not
with.
sure, like when you say down the road, it literally, you can get in your car and drive there. So that's where these guys
it's how
are.
local
That's
it
what
is.
we mean,
So
yeah.
it's Kylie's
and this
flock.
is Elmer. Apparently,
This one is
from
Sunny.
Elmer.
This one is actually 60% alpaca
that-
and 40% merino.
That one's a little heavier. This one is fingering, which is the alpaca merino and with a little silk in there. So nice. And these would blend really nice with the...
I actually did double this up for the hat that I did for Ed, and
that
it was
so nice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I can feel it. Feels a little... I could feel the texture.
I doubled it up to make it a
really
sport
good way.
It was a good one. So that is undyed and truly local. Yep. So we love it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then there's your awesome sweater.
Oh, and the Emily is right there. So I'm working on another soundtrack, a different soundtrack. We talked about
another
it.
soundtrack. It's a whole bunch of different
But here's
songs.
another alpaca yarn in the shop.
Oh,
It's
man,
silk and alpaca.
Your yellow and gray. It's coming.
Yeah.
You must look going to be hitting the gray part pretty
soon. I've got to maybe consult with people
that
on
is so fun. Of like where you want it to hit.
Yeah. I think I could be there, but I have a long torso, so I'll probably adjust.
You do.
But yeah, yummy.
I don't.
It's like 50% silk, 40% baby alpaca. Illimani is we've had his yarn since day one, and we found it in Los Angeles when I was out there before we opened the shop.
Good travels.
Yeah, fun.
Good for traveling.
But
to find new things.
Yeah, that's fun. So anyway, we've got a couple other alpacas in the shop. I think we might have missed a couple, but I can't remember.
For one thing, it doesn't felted tweed has
a little alpaca
in it. So it's a good ingredient to a soft yarn.
Oh, and then another fun fact. I was looking on Angie's website. There is,
and who's Angie?
Angie's local. Mule Train Alpaca. I had a little momentary lapse there. She's another local person. She's working on doing some yarn, I think. I haven't seen her for a while. But anyway, I was poking around on her website. They said that alpaca manure is odor-free, and you can put it directely on your plants. So,
now that
fun
one,
fact.
that is an interesting tidbit.
Go forth with that
Go
knowledge.
forth. Have a great Tuesday. We'll let you know for sure someday.
Yeah. We won't be sharing that news today. No.
We didn't have any to show you. Anyway, that's it.
I think that's it, you guys. So
are we good on our time?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Well,
All right,
anyway,
cool.
yeah,
Have a
go
good day.
forth
Have a
and
great
enjoy
day.
your Tuesday.
Bye.
See you later.